Hi, welcome to one more selection of the Naked Wines Fine Wine Club. My name is Hady. I'm the wine buying and wine planning director, which means I'm the guy who's lucky enough to be paid to go there, travel the world, find these beautiful wines. I'm very excited about this selection because we have two rosé, what is considered to be the most elegant, refined rosé in the world, one Champagne rosé and one Provence rosé. And then we switch to reds. I'm very excited because this is the first time I'm presenting four wines from the same vintage from different parts of the world. The vintage is 2017. It was a good vintage. We have for this time two Italian wines from 2017's red. I'll tell you more about it later. And two from the US, one from Napa and one from Alexander Valley. I hope you're going to enjoy it. Our first wine of the selection is a Champagne Rosé, what is considered to be the most refined rosés in the world, made by Philippe Moulin. For those of you who've been with me in this club for some time now, they know that I love champagne. It's not the first champagne you receive, but this is a rosé champagne. And Philippe Moulin, again, it's not the first time that I featured him. Philippe Moulin made wines, made champagne in, I mean, you know the names, Renard, Perrier-Jouet, Rothschild, Champagne, and then now is making his own wine for Naked Wines. What I really liked about this wine is that it's a deceptively delicious rosé wine. What I mean by deceptively is rosés are meant to be simple. Rosés are meant to be something you enjoy when you're sitting next to the pool. Oh boy, this is a deep, a complex, a rich rosé. Definitely you can enjoy it as an aperitif, but you can also pair it with so many different kind of food. You know, it has this alluring aromas of fresh raspberry, wild strawberries. It's fresh, it's smooth, it's persistence. Yeah, this is complexity, simplicity in a delicious rosé champagne. Our next wine is, again, a rosé, but this time it's still wine from Côtes de Provence in France and from a winemaker called Benjamin May. So who's Benjamin May? Benjamin May traveled the world, made wine in many different continents. He is originally from France, from Provence region, made a huge success in Chile, but decided a few years ago to take the ultimate risk, go back to France, to this region where he grew up, the region that he loves, buy vineyards, and as of 2019 he built a winery with the help actually of angels, and he's making this beautiful wine. So I love French rosés from Côtes de Provence. There's its subtlety in the same time with fruitiness, a balance that I love. Yes, this color is what French Provence rosé is. It's barely pink. It's supposed to be like, you look at the bottle and you say, oh, is this white? Is this rosé? It's the way they do it makes it very light. They really don't over extract. They want the fruitiness, they want the aromas. They don't want a wine that is heavy. yeah, it's light, it's crisp. You have this, hinted, it's almost like a salted watermelon, tangerine, crushed raspberry, lychee. This is what I call a nice rosé. Our next wine, the third wine, is in Amarone from Valpolicella. So bear with me, long name. Sella San Cassiano Amarone del Valpolicella 2017, and made by an excellent expert of the Valpolicella region, Mirko Sella. Who's Mirko Sella? Mirko Sella is a third generation wine grower who decided early in the 2000 to start making his own wine and founded San Cassiano, which is now reputed to make excellent wines from the region. Valpolicella is in the Veneto region in Italy and is very well known for the Valpolicella wine and the king of these wines, which is the Amarone. So Amarone is considered to be a meditation wine, a wine that you will try and you'll take your time and meditate and talk about the good things in this life. How is Amarone made? Amarone made following the appassimento method. So there are different grape varieties that can go into the Amarone, but the main two grape varieties are Corvina and Corvinone. So the Corvina is not an exceptionally dark and very powerful grape variety. When I say powerful, it doesn't give wines with a very deep color and a very high concentration. So long time ago, they decided the way to do this wine is how do you concentrate grapes? How do you concentrate grape juice? You take the grapes, you leave it, or you can leave it on the vineyard, or usually you harvest it and put it on straw mats and it dries. When it dries, it loses water evaporates, and this is where you have this huge concentration that you can find in the Amarone wines. Amarone wines are wines meant to last for decades. You can definitely try this now. This is a 2017, which we kept in our cellars for now 5 years, but definitely it's a wine that can live for more than 10 years easily. I love it. I love the smoothness. You have a toastiness, a vanilla. This wine's definitely aged in oak barrels. Dark chocolate, dry cocoa. It has a herbal and savory tone. I love it. It's a 16-degree alcohol. Yes, it's a little bit on the higher end. Remember all this concentration when grapes are losing their water, but at the end you have a gem. Enjoy it. Our next wine is also from Italy, from a different region, Tuscany. It's a Poggio di Guardia, again 2017, made by Stefano di Blasi. So, who is Stefano di Blasi? Stefano di Blasi is an extremely well-known Italian winemaker who worked for, making some of the most reputed wines from this region, Tignanello and Solaia. He working for Antinori, but also Stefano worked with Penfolds, the best or one of the best Australian winemakers. When Stefano went back to Italy, he started making his own wines and focusing always on Tuscany. This is what is called a super Tuscan. I don't know if you ever heard this word. So in the 70s, winemaker decided they were a little bit bothered by the Italian bureaucracy. the Italian winemaking bureaucracy, and they wanted to move things forward. They were traveling, they were going to Bordeaux, they were discovering all these beautiful wines. And although the wines made in Tuscany were excellent and still are, they wanted to do more. And you had this legal definition of what a Tuscan wine could be, and they weren't allowed to use non-Italian grape varieties, and they wanted to use Cabernet, Merlot, Cabernet Franc, Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and sometimes Syrah. So Antinori, making the first wine, the first super Tuscan, Tignanello, this is where Stefano di Blasi worked, decided to make a wine which was outside any legal definition of Tuscan wine. And they made these wine, and these wines ended up being the jewel on the crown, the jewel of the crown. And they really put, again, Tuscany on the map. So this wine, Poggio di Guardia, is made from Cabernet Franc, Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and less known grape varieties, Rebo. Yeah, again, I mean, I love this whole selection, but this is a wine that's already 5 years old, but in the same time, or 6 years old, but in the same time, you still have the freshness, you still have the tannins. It reminded us that a blend of two Cabernets, which usually are have a lot of tannins, but it has a captivating bouquet. It's blackcurrant, blackberries, crushed violets, sweet tobacco leaves. I love this wine. And again, it's one of those wines that has enough freshness, enough structure and complexity to live for many more years to come. Hope you enjoy it. For our next wine, for our fifth wine, we're going back home to Napa Valley, at least what I call home, and to a winemaker we love, Alex Farber, from Napa Valley, Coombs Street Collection, 2017. For those of you who follow Alex, she's very well known for her incredibly delicious white wines, aromatic white wines. But from time to time, she finds an opportunity. An opportunity knocks on the door and she takes it. And that was the case with this wine. But 2 words before about Alex. Alex started a long time ago working with Naked Wines, and it was you, the angels, that really helped her start her winemaking career, and now she is one of our most important winemakers. So I would invite you, I'm not going to do it now, but I would invite you, when you have this wine in front of you, to read the back label. It's beautiful. It tells you how sometimes opportunity knocks, and you know, some grapes are left, a buyer isn't interested anymore, so you have the choice of, or you leave the grapes on the vines, or you decide to make the wine. And this is what happened. I cannot even tell you, I would lose my job. I cannot even tell you which vineyard it is, but I can tell you it's one of the most famous vineyards in Napa. Yeah, that's what I call bold and beautiful. Cedar, cigar, plum, velvety tannins. Oh my God, this concentration. This is going to last for years. I love the wine. This is a 100% Cabernet Sauvignon, and this is why Napa Valley is so good for Cabernet Sauvignon. Napa Valley is in the middle between two mountains, as the name valley suggests, and it has this ideal climate for growing Cabernet Sauvignon grapes. In the morning, you still have some fog coming from the Pacific, so the grapes are not from dawn, are not under the scorching sun. But then in the afternoon, this goes away, it blows away. You have sun, leading to this longer maturity cycle, leading to this acidity, leading to this freshness, to this balance in the wine. I love this. Cheers. Our next wine, our last wine from this horizontal of 2017. What does horizontal mean? So when you're drinking the same wine, the same label from different vintages, you call it a vertical. And when you're drinking different wines from the same vintage, you call it a horizontal. So our last wine from this horizontal of 2017 is Aperture by Jesse Katz. So with Jesse, you ran out quickly of superlatives. Every time I need to discuss, I need to tell you about Jesse Katz. Jesse Katz is this wonder kid. He was honored by wine enthusiasts as top 40 under 40 tastemakers. He got 100% points on his wines. Today, the world record of the most expensive bottle of wine sold is at $1 million of one of Jesse Katz wines sold at charity. Jesse is a consultant, makes wine for a lot of very well-known wineries, but he has his own brand called Aperture, and he makes also for Naked Wines wines under the name of Exposed. So if you're wondering why with Jesse it's always about photography, Exposed, Aperture, it's because Jesse is the son of Andy Katz, one of the most well-known US photographers, and there's always this relationship between pictures, photography, and wine. This comes from Alexander Valley in Sonoma, and Alexander Valley is exposed to the Pacific climate influence. Alexander Valley is a beautiful valley. We always say that the grapes enjoy $1 million views there, and Alexander Valley really goes around the Russian River, and it depends where the vineyard is situated, but you have always this cool climate from the Pacific. But again, if the climate is more exposed south, you're going to have a little bit warmer vineyards, warmer climate, so more ripe vineyards. And if you are more on the east or west, you're going to have less ripeness, meaning a longer cycle. What I really like about this wine is its balance. It's really, everything is where it should be. So yes, you have violets, you have plum, you have chocolate. It's juicy, it's fresh, but it's one of those wines that you try, you have to keep it for a while, taste it again, and you see how complex, how structured, how deep it is. So I hope you enjoyed our selection for this time. Please visit our website, visit our Fine Wine Club webpage, and tell me what you think about these wines. I love to hear more about you. I love to hear about the wines you like, about the wines you like less. It allows me to order the wine, ask the winemakers to make the wine that you like, and keep this club thriving. We started with few hundred angels, and now we are in the 1,000. Thank you for your trust. And yeah, I'll be preparing our next selection.